Hello everybody, it's Al again, and I'm going to do a different video this time. I've been doing videos for prepping for quite a while, mostly on how to be energy sufficient. Should something happen, we're protected here as far as power goes. I've had actually my house independent from the grid now for going on a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks, with the exception of the air conditioner, and that's only because I need one more inverter that I need to put in place. So hopefully in the next couple of months that'll be taken care of. But essentially, I wanted to kind of do a video on other areas, right? So I'm doing some on gardening. We have our goats. We have our geese. We'll have our chickens back again soon. I'm going to wait until towards the end of the summer, probably early fall, before I get the chickens back again. We have 2 dogs for protection now. So we're pretty much self-sufficient here. We have food storage, quite a bit of food storage, actually. This is just one closet of many that are just stacked to the ceiling with food storage. So there's a significant amount of it. I'm gonna move one of these little rifles back, one of the kids' rifles over. So we've been doing this for quite a while. We do have some stuff that's shorter term, but most of the stuff in here, we have rice and wheat and oats that'll last 30 years. The rest of the stuff we bought from like the LDS warehouses and dehydrated carrot flakes that already have already been canned for 30 years. We have onions, dehydrated onions. We have red beans. We have white beans. We have black beans. We have lentils, garbanzo beans. You name it. We have a lot of it. We have flour already ready to go and vacuum packed. So what I do is I've been using the foil, mylar foil, and then I also have a food safe vacuum packer. And what I do is I cut some strips of that plastic it's used to do the vacuum packing. I'll show you some of the mylar bags that we use. We have the 5-gallon mylar bags. Probably hard to see in there, but we have the 5-gallon mylar bags and we have the 1-gallon mylar bags, and we vacuum pack those, the food inside, so it'll last many years. We also have, as you can kind of see up there, heritage seeds. Have 2 of those. Probably gonna get some more. We have powdered milk. We have a lot of stuff, and that's just one closet, and we have 2 other closets full for the 3 of us. Obviously, that's a lot more than we will be able to use, but I'm counting on having neighbors and family that are not going to be protected and are probably going to come over, and you're going to have to help other people. So when you're prepping and you're storing and you're preparing, you have to account for everybody else that's not. And you're going to have to be able to give until it hurts. Meaning, even when you think that you can't give any more, give a little more. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to have to take account later on of what we do. That doesn't mean that, having a kind heart and a good heart doesn't mean that you're going to lay back and let other people take what you have. So we do have some protection. That's my AK-47. I've had that for a while. I have a dot sight on it. That's the new SKS that I purchased a couple months ago, that I put a different stock on it, and that's never going to have a magazine, a removable magazine, because I don't believe that's the best approach for that kind of a rifle. But then I have my regular hunting 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. And then I have, let's see, that's a .22 Magnum, a rifle right there with a scope. I have another 22 long rifle next to it, and that's my tactical shotgun. That's my little boy's 22 rifle, single shot, where my oldest son and daughter learned when they were 7 years old. So my 7-year-old has already been learning shooting, and they're all excellent shots. And then that's another 22 long rifle, and so on. I have black powder rifles. I have bows that I've been using for a long time. Some spare barrels in 22, as well as 20 gauge for a Rossi rifle that I have a 243 over there. So that's actually it's that one over here. And then I have the handguns, a few 45s, a couple of there's a Colt 45 right here, and that's another 45 up there. Then that's a Taurus 92 FS with a laser sight on it, 22 Smith & Wesson with another laser sight on it. And then I have a Taurus 380 ACP for concealed carry, as well as another Taurus 45 for concealed carry. And then that's my 22 long rifle single action revolver, and that one actually has a spare barrel. It has a 22 Magnum barrel that I can use for that. So I'm gonna mount the camera up and just kind of give you a better view and show you a little more about what I think are some of the better rifles to have in these kind of situations. Obviously, the AK-47. I'm gonna flip this around so I can see it. But the AK-47 is probably one of the better rifles to have, simply because if you ever need, rapid fire, quick loading, semi-automatic weapon that is just bulletproof, that's the way to go. For mine, I can still see my sights, but I also chose to use a holographic dot sight because of the quick acquisition, target acquisition that I can get with that. And then I have some batteries in reserve for long-term storage, and they last 2 to 3 years in storage, and then you have to rotate them. So that's only good for 2 to 3 years, and the plan would be to remove that sight and then just use iron sights altogether. One of my other favorite rifles for survival is actually this. It's a Rossi Trifecta. It comes with 3 barrels. This one is a 243. I have a nice scope on it. It's a 44 Magnum or 44 Mag Simmons scope. It's a 4x12. So if I needed to reach out there, I could touch somebody. I do my own reloading, so I have plenty 243 ammo available. And one of the nice things about that particular rifle is the fact that very quickly I can switch barrels. I can put this 22 long rifle barrel for some light hunting and some self-defense as well. You'd be surprised what a 22 will do, especially coming out of a rifle barrel. And this is a 20 gauge single shot. I do love the 20 gauge shotgun. I think it's a very versatile caliber where you can take a lot of game and not necessarily ruin a lot of meat. I've had this H&R for years, 20 gauge single shot shotgun, and that's done me well. Had this for 20 years now, I think. It's a great shotgun to have. And then after that, I have some primitive weapons that I like. I have a 54 caliber muzzle loader, and what I like about black powder is the fact that you don't need a whole lot, right? For this, I would need some caps, and I have plenty of caps in storage, so I don't think I'll ever need to worry about that. But the good thing about black powder is that you can make your own black powder. It's not hard to do. The chemistry is fairly simple and straightforward. You just have to have one key chemical stored away, and the rest you can pretty much make your own carbon And then I have a more modern inline muzzle loader. But again, same technology. I still have, have a scope here, but it's still black powder. So as long as you have lead or the means to cast your own bullets from lead, I think you'll be good to go. Now, what I think is the probably best caliber, if I had to choose one rifle and one pistol to go with, I would have to say it would be the 22. You can kill a pretty big animal with a 22, and it's all about shot placement. I'll give you an example. This is my 22 Magnum, and what you have on top here is a Laser Dynamics flashlight, I guess, for lack of a better word. What it does, it displays a green laser that you can diffuse, and so you can point it in a very narrow beam. You can also make a fairly wide circle. And what's nice about it is that this is what I use exclusively for pig hunting. I do it at night. They cannot see the red light, and by simply looking through your scope, this flashlight illuminates your target area, and you can see a pig fairly clearly out to 100 yards or more. I mean, if you're just looking for eyeballs, you can see them out to 200 yards, but you're not going to see well enough to do a good headshot. So I wait until about, they're 50, 75 yards in range. I can take a headshot, put one right behind the ear, and drop some dead flat. I don't care if it's a 300-pound pig or it's a 50-pound pig. It will just take it down. The same can be said for 22. A 22 long rifle will do the same thing to a pig. I just like the safety of having a little more hump behind it, but I initially started hunting them with 22s. My ideal 22 rifle, what I use mostly is this guy right here. All of my rifles you'll see are either single shot or they're bolt actions. I just like the accuracy, and I like the simplicity. Simple means it won't break down, or it won't break down as easily. This is what I use most of the time for my hunting. This 22 long rifle here. I can take anything from rabbits, squirrels, foxes, coyotes, you name it. Yes, you can take deer with it. Yes, you can take a pig with it. It's been done before. I think that having a single 22 rifle that you can take a lot of ammunition with you, I mean, if you can take a brick of 500 rounds in a space this big, you can't do the same thing with 243 or a 270, 30-30, or a 7.62 by 39. It just weighs too much, takes a lot of space. So to go as a companion with that, I would take this guy right here, single action 22 with the other 22 Magnum cylinder, and this will put a hurt in something. It's extremely accurate, very easy to manipulate. And no, I'm not gonna go through the stupidity of everybody on YouTube showing in the camera that it's unloaded, blah blah blah. All my guns are always unloaded. All my guns are always safe. I have a 7-year-old. You'd be pretty stupid not to make sure that your stuff is safe, away from the hands of kids, and also properly unloaded. I also have on my 45 for personal defense. You'll notice there's a bump on the grip here, and that's because it is a laser. So it's easy to put the target up here, and you can see the laser just by simply gripping the handle here. When I put my middle finger onto the grip, it will light that dot. So this is great for the wife. We have a safe built into the wall in our bedroom that you can either punch the numbers in or just put your thumb on it. It'll drop down. That's there. There's a fairly powerful flashlight in there as well. And then we also have the Taurus 92 FS, which is essentially the same thing as the military version of the Beretta 92. It's just a lower price point, and I do have a laser on that as well. The concealed carry for the wife is a 380. Very nice, very light, very reliable. it's a nice little thing for her to keep in the purse. And this is my concealed carry 45. This guy here will take 10 rounds in a very small grip. So I like the fact that I can, very easily put that in my concealed holster and go with it. Now, for home defense, ultimate home defense, a tactical shotgun is the way to go. So this is my choice, 12 gauge, regular ghost ring sight with green fiber optics in the back and a red fiber optic in the front. Holds 7 rounds in it, plus 2 back here in the stock. And if this doesn't stop somebody, I don't think anything is wrong. The way that I load mine, I have 2 number 4s, then I have 2 double-aught box, and then I have 2 slugs in it. So I can pretty much hit what I want, even if it's far away or if it's behind some barricade. It would be a pretty easy thing to do. Now, all of this is my collection for different things that I've accumulated over the years, not necessarily for survival, but for survival I would mainly count on my either SKS or AK for protection. For survival, plain survival, protection plus hunting, 22 hands down. And I know I'm going to get all kinds of email and all kinds of comments about it, but say what you will, if you got a backpack and you got to get out and you're on foot and you got to take your family with you, you're not going to be carrying 1,000 rounds of 7.62 ammo, 308 ammo. It's just too much. So you take as much as you can and you hedge your bets on you. These rifles are light enough that you can have the wife take one. You could have, heck, I could even strap this guy to my kid's backpack and go. And this is one deadly little rifle, right? If worst comes to worst, a box of 22s and this on his backup, if he goes by himself and he, for whatever reason, he's on his own, he would know what to do and he would be able to survive, hopefully, or at least he would be able to defend himself. God willing that he would give him the strength to do so. Something that you may want to keep on hand is a spare scope. Cheap Bushnell 4x12, just as a spare. You never know what will happen, but if something should break, you knock the scope out, you could always replace it. However, I am much more of an iron sights kind of guy. I have one spare of this guy here that was already on this rifle. And actually, if you look closely here, I don't know that you can see that, but there's a cutout in the stock right here. And that cutout is so this Williams sight will fit on it. This Williams sight, I had to cut out the stock here also as well to be able to fit this portion of it. I know it is hard to see, but it comes all the way down to here. This is by far the best iron sight made. Anything that you have a ghost ring aperture with another ghost ring in the front as a front sight or a globe front sight gives you an excellent picture. And I am deadly accurate with this down to 100 yards. I could put all the rounds in this rifle within a 4-inch circle at 100 yards with iron sights. That's just not bragging, it's just the way it is. I've been shooting for years and years, and just the accuracy of the sight, the automatic sight alignment that your brain automatically does when using globe sights combined with a ghost ring sight, it's something that's very tough to beat. And what's nice about it is that you can't break it. I mean, you can knock it out of alignment, but you can't break it. It's not a scope. It won't fog up on you. It won't break the glass. It doesn't have the crosshairs in it that could break. It's just ultimate reliability. So when I'm looking at ultimate reliability, if I had to bug out, this would go with me, and this would go with me, with the 2 cylinders. And that would be my weapon of choice if I had to bug out. So, you don't have to agree with me. Do whatever you want to. this channel is for me to make my opinions. You don't have to agree with them. You can comment. Just don't get rude on the comments. If you get rude on the comment or obnoxious, I would probably delete it because this is a family channel. I don't like sanity and people getting unruly there. So anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll do another video in the future on some more specific stuff that I'd like to share with you. And maybe I'll do a video in the future of you know, my guitars and my love for music and so on. So anyways, take care everybody. God bless everybody. See you later.